But if we're talking deal breakers, I think the biggest deal breaker in like dating somebody is cigarettes for me. I can't stand that cigarette smell. That shit gives me a fucking headache. Any dick who sits by me at the bar and starts smoking a cigarette, I get tight.
I was talking to a girl once. We finished having sex. She pulled out a black and mild.
Nice.
She lit it up, and I was like,
I do also have a question to the ladies out there. Is playing video games a real deal breaker? Even for some of the guys, is your girl playing video games a deal breaker? Like, that said, you can't have a relationship with your partner or whoever it is that you're with. Like, oh, you play games, that's it. It's over. I can't date you. Like, why is that such a problem?
For some people, it definitely is. I've met people that have told me that they would not date someone that plays video games. I always wonder if those people had like a bad experience, like that their partner was just gaming 24/7. They asked him to take out the trash. That trash is sitting there 3 days.
I mean, I can see that, but it's just like damn, like, you know, some people know how to split it up. I always ask, like, yo, do you want to do something or anything? No, just chilling. Just want to probably go to sleep. Cool. I'll just play games until I'm ready to go to bed or something. It's just like,
yeah, I think a lot of women equate video games with childish shit, and they can't like separate that image of their man being a child.
I've met a lot of dudes that do it too, like especially dudes that are like, they talk about hiking a lot, like dudes that are like super into like being not in their house.
The hikers
seem to equate like gaming with just being childish. You're just wasting your time. There's some people that are just anti-leisure, man. People feel like you should be hustling all the time.
There's nothing wrong with that either, but
crazy,
it's just...
There's nothing wrong with what?
There's nothing wrong with being a hustler, like getting out there and getting it, but nah.
I think if it's 24/7, you don't shut off, you don't do anything that's not leading to you making more money, I think that you might be a little too focused on money.
For
Maybe
me,
calm it down a little bit.
When you make hustling your personality, over. I do not want to be your friend. That's to me super lame. But.
I think, yeah, okay, so there's some limit, but I'm like the way I'm saying a hustle, like somebody who's like, all right, I'm hustling, like boom, this and that, and then when you get home, shower and relax, do whatever it is you need to do. I don't think I've ever met anybody who's saying they're a hustler or had this hustler mentality that doesn't take an hour or two when they get home to drink a beer and sit back. I've never met someone who's just only, I gotta get this bread, get the fuck out of here. Like, I've never met someone like that. So if you guys
I've met people that'll tell you, hey, your form of relaxing should also be educational. You should be watching some documentary that's teaching you something. You should be reading a self-help book, or you should be doing something. You shouldn't just sit there and catching up with the Kardashians. That ain't helping you. And like, you know what I'm saying? That they're min-maxing their life to the point where even sitting down to enjoy entertainment there's only certain things they could enjoy. Otherwise, it's also a waste of time. And I think they view video games in that category, comic books in that category.
Because I mean, if you're defining it that way, like video games are the fucking opposite of that. Video games aren't really, they're not really teach you anything. Granted, there's studies that are like kids that game are more likely to become surgeons or some shit. I swear that I've seen some studies like that because like the hand-eye coordination, it gives you the fine motor skills.
Man, you better ask Pucho. Pucho know how to farm and do construction off of fucking simulators.
I've learned quite a bit playing video games. Like, even as a kid, I used to play a lot of RPGs. There's a lot of words that I used to read that I read a lot playing games. I used to think about, this equipment is going to give me these attributes, and I could, it involves some degree of thinking that
there's some critical thinking and problem solving for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I think gaming it introduces that to people. Like, maybe not all games, but at least the games I was playing when I was younger, for sure.
If I ever found a red key, I would know immediately that red key went to a red door.
Right?
But yeah, red key or a green door with a green gem on. Doesn't that some Resident Evil shit? They do that.
That's a Resident Evil. That's exactly what I was thinking of. Like going and just finding random gems and like, I'm just gonna hold on to this. Use this for something.
in like my own personal history with like gaming and girlfriends and relationship and gaming, usually we just put gaming first. Also, I've realized women don't want to hear you having the best time of your life without them. They're like, I feel like when we get on these video games and these chats, we laugh like we're in middle school.
We laugh like we're living life.
We laugh like we're having the most grand time in the world.
So you're agreeing that it's childish things. You're saying you're transported back to middle school.
So for me, I feel like they get upset and they're like, oh, how come you can't have that much fun with me? Like, how come? And we do. Usually, like, I enjoy my time with my significant other, but I could see how, you'll hear that in the background. It's the same thing when you go out with your boys and your girl's checking up on you and you're like, yeah, guys, I know. Hey, babe. All right. Yeah, I'm good, babe. Everything's good.
It's not even crazy. We're super calm over here.
Yeah.
Babe, I'm good though. I'll talk to you soon though, all right? And it's
maybe it's just annoying. Like, have you ever been the only sober person at like a party? That shit is annoying. That will ruin friendships. You'll be like, I don't want to hang out with any of these dudes again.
That shit's annoying. They also hate it too though. It's like when you're in the game playing it, like just a new release, and they're asking you questions, you're like, yeah, shit looks great. And they're asking you about, did you take out the trash? And you're just giving them like these fucking like automatic answers and shit. It's just like, huh? Yeah. No. Everything's good. I did it already. And it's like, what are you talking about? I'm telling you, your food is ready. You're like, oh, okay. I don't know. That shit is disrespectful, yeah. But come on, we can't pause an online game. Like, imagine Bujo's playing fucking 2K23, getting these blocks, 10 blocks, 4 blocks. Wife comes to the door. Hey, can you take out the trash in a minute? Comes back 10 minutes later. We're in the fourth quarter. We need his blocks. Comes back in. Like, I can't pause this game. What do you want from me? You know what I mean? This is like, you gotta separate it, all right? If we're in here having fun, ladies, let us have fun. Same thing for the ladies, because there's gamer girls out there. Their men probably don't want them, playing games all day.
Gamer girls.
However you want to put it. Like, they're fucking shooting it up, playing games. Their man comes in like, yo, what are we doing here tonight? You just not gonna come to bed?
I love how in Tony's mind the scenario he's trying to construct is so impossible that he couldn't even think what the guy would say when he walked. Are you not gonna come to bed?
But nah, this is.
I think one thing that I could say, there are cultural differences between men and women, and I feel like men in general don't need a lot from their significant others. So I just don't imagine, we're not in the day and age where a man will walk up to a woman and be like, yo, you're gonna get to those dishes? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, I don't think that's happening anymore unless you're like in those really like red pill communities, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. Like, there is a degree of, I don't know how true this is, but like there's this Twitter page I follow, which is just like, it's just about men having fun, pretty much. It's just showing like how men will just like do random shit. I've told you guys that when we were in high school, right, we used to put on these hard hats and throw these things with the weight on it to like smack ourselves in the head. And it's just like, that's a game. Like, men will just find games like this and just enjoy themselves.
We played a game back in shop where we had a shop vac and we would crumple up paper towels and wet them. And then you would throw them at the person with the shop vac and they had to like vacuum them out of midair.
That's awesome.
See, little things. It takes little things to make us happy.
That's a funny game.
And we spent hours playing this back in high school because we had finished our projects. We didn't have anything to do.
That's
Just waste all the paper towel.
And that's the
Those
shit
razor
that they hate.
blades.
That's the shit that they. We can just have one couch, one TV on a regular stand, good internet, and we'll be happy. Ladies can't see that happiness, bro. We can just be talking shit.
I can't find that happiness either. I can't
What?
live that like that. A TV and a bed, like
Yeah.
a mattress on the floor. No, I'd be miserable.
I mean, the simple things. Guys are simple, bro. We like simple things. That's all what I'm trying to get at. We don't need all
For
that.
sure. I think
are
I
you
need something
squatting
more
here or are you
complex.
living here? Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Squatting. Nah, it's just the simple things in life, bro. We don't need all these fucking all this shit. And us being extremely happy with each other. Oh, you're playing games with the boys again? Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm having a splendid fucking time. We're just fucking cracking jokes.
Splendid time.
Splendid.
Splendid.
I think that my general rule with video games is I at least need to have most of my chores done before I start gaming.
No, yeah, for sure. At least get something.
I mean, for me, gaming is one of the first things I do when I wake up, and then I'll get to shit, and then I'll sit back down again.
Okay, I'm down with that because I'll do some gaming in the morning, then I'll get my shit done, and then I'm like, cool. Now I got the afternoon free. I can just be a piece of shit. I can play Cyberpunk all night or something.
Yeah. I am a big fan of, like, especially this weekend, I got up early and, you know, I just did shit. I got my shit done and I had more day available to just do nothing.
Dude, that's my ideal Saturday. I get my shit done by noon, and then the second half of the day is all me. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, that's Sunday for me. Sunday is definitely a day where you just sit at the house, you don't go nowhere, chill, read a book, do something entertaining that you want to do that's peaceful. For me, it's yelling at Pucho or fucking Easy or Jesus, catch the fucking ball or shoot this bitch, this, that. You know what I mean? Whatever the fuck it is. Like, as stressful as it sounds like on them, I could only imagine what our significant others hear when we're just fucking cursing each other out. And they're thinking like he's not having fun, but meanwhile it's like the best time of our lives.
That will lead someone to want to pour boiling hot oil into your ear while you're sleeping.
Or
Facts.
maybe clip your eyelashes, you know,
While you're sleeping.
while you're sleeping.
All these attacks are going to happen in your sleep.
That shit's
Well,
devastating.
Doey's over there on his 5th cup of coffee that day.
Taking Adderall and shit, just not trying to fucking. But I mean,
The fucking
seriously though,
Freddy
like,
Krueger movies. Yeah.
like if you like if that's the first date thing, you know, you guys are talking or whatever, and it's just like, yo, that's a deal breaker. Like, fuck out of here. I don't think like. I mean, maybe for your standards, but
I mean, that's useful information to get on that first date. You know what? If that's a deal breaker for someone, that's absolutely fine. We just talked about. I mean, I've definitely got some deal breakers too, right? Gaming to me is a weird one to have as a deal breaker, but if that's a deal breaker, fuck it, whatever. Get that shit out. Get that explained on the first date, and we're not going to waste each other's time anymore.
If I need to become a vegan, that's a deal breaker. It's not gonna happen. I'd be like, you know what? You could go save animals with somebody else. Okay.
You know what might be my main like worry about ever going vegan? To make some of the tasty replacement recipes and things, it seems like a lot of work. It seems like so much work. You want like a vegan chocolate cake? You're doing double the work to make the same chocolate cake.
Triple the work. Yeah, those are my favorite videos. The vegan people swear, oh, it tastes so good. It tastes better than real cake, and it's so easy to make. And then you be seeing them whipping out ingredients you ain't never heard of. You're like, God damn, I gotta go to not only I gotta hit the Chinese market, I gotta hit the Indian market. Like, you gotta hit up all the spots to find all the different fucking seasonings and spices and shit.
You know, though, I did have some vegan ice cream that was better than a lot of like normal ice cream that I've had other places. So maybe they're onto something, but I don't have that much time in my day to be able to make a cake that takes 3 hours long to make.
that's the
Just don't have
problem
it.
too, though. It's like I don't think I would ever go vegan. I mean, I wouldn't mind dating somebody that's vegan as long as they're not, you know, fucking
dude,
with my shit.
It's the joke from Pulp Fiction, man. Right at the beginning of Pulp Fiction, he says that he was basically vegetarian because his girlfriend was vegetarian. You date someone with special eating habits, you're probably going to catch on some amount of those eating habits. It's going to be some percentage of your diet.
I once was a Go-Gurt man, but now I'm a yogurt man.
What's the difference?
You only ate the Go-Gurt from the little pouch?
I only ate Go-Gurt. As a child, I only ate Go-Gurt.
Is that the difference for real? The pouch versus the cup? Is that the difference?
That's the only
Yes.
difference. Go-Gurt is just yogurt you can take on the go. It was just a specific brand of yogurt.
I do think the flavors of Go-Gurt were more geared towards children, though.
Cotton candy.
Right? Like, it ain't common you're finding on cotton candy yogurt. So you were only, if someone gave you yogurt, you'd be like, nah, I don't need that bullshit. Give me the Go-Gurt. The same flavor. You'll be all about it.
Yep.
That's funny.
That's so weird.
It's just like a fucking. It's only a cream-filled glizzy. It's like you're sucking all that cream out.
If my yogurt wasn't penis shaped, phallic shaped, I wouldn't have it.
No, you don't want it.
That's so wild, bro. But if we're talking deal breakers, I think the biggest deal breaker in like dating somebody is cigarettes for me. I can't stand that cigarette smell. That shit gives me a fucking headache. Any dick who sits by me at the bar and starts smoking a cigarette, I get tight.
I was
I get
talking to a
fucking
girl.
tight.
I was talking to a girl once. We finished having sex. She pulled out a black and mild.
Nice.
She lit it up, and I was like,
Wait,
Yo,
bro, what? You let her light that shit up in the bed, bro?
we were in her crib.
Oh, yeah, you got to eat that.
She lit that black and mild up. I was like, I think it's time for me to get out of here.
A black and mild, not even a regular cigarette, a fucking black and mild. Is it wood tip?
The wood tipped.
She really from the hood though.
Yo, I was
the
like,
wood tip black and mild.
and that's all she was smoke.
Is that more ghetto than the plastic tip?
No, the plastic
I mean,
tip is ghetto.
plastic
the
tip
wood
is
tip's
ghetto.
upscale. You know, that's a
It's
little,
a little
upscale.
upscale.
Yeah, it's an upscale.
That's what I
Wow.
figured. I'm
Yeah.
like, I would have went for plastic tip.
No, but that's how I knew she was. That's how I knew she was officially from the hood, because people who order black and mild get the wood tip. We don't do this plastic shit anymore. It's the wood tip.
I can't even think of the last time I smoked a black and mild.
Shit, mine was I think 2016 is the last time I smoked the black and mild. And I was out of the
Y'all
party.
remember like those? Y'all remember those like 2 years in the early 2000s when everyone got really into closed cigarettes?
Bro, you just
It
smell
was
like,
like
a dick.
it was the woman thing to do though. It'd be like the girl who wanted to smoke but still wanted to be kind of cute, but like they wanted to be different from everybody out. They would smoke the cloves.
Those things were dangerous, man. You ever smoke a clove? They pop and crackle like fireworks.
I don't smoke that
They
shit.
just smell like licorice or something like that, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, weird.
Yeah, nah.
I remember my friend Eddie. He's like, I only smoke cloves. What is? I was a child. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, here.
You was smoking that
Just saying-
shit?
Yeah. When I was a kid, you want to fucking know what everything is.
Nah, I never. I already knew from jump. Cigarettes was not.
I was
me.
drinking beer. I was drinking coffee. I was off the shits, all right? I was booted off that coffee in the morning, all right? As a 5-year-old.
That's
Jesus
crazy,
Christ,
bro. As a 5-year-old, you was drinking coffee.
Booted off that Cuban espresso, bro.
Who the fuck
Booted.
gave you a Cuban espresso as a 5-year-old? That's insane.
Everyone was drinking it in the morning.
What you talking about? If you live in like a true like a Caribbean household, there's coffee everywhere all the fucking time. Like one of the funny stories in my family is like apparently when my uncle had a girlfriend. It was the first day she came over to like be around my family, and all the kids were running around and playing. There's like 100 of us, and my grandmother put coffee out for people to drink and blah blah blah. And she said I was 4 years old, that I sprinted into the house, ran up to a table, saw a coffee mug, lifted it, just shot the whole
Oh my
coffee
God.
bag, slammed it down, and I just ran back. And she looked around like, did anybody see the 4-year-old just take a shot of fucking coffee? This is nuts.
That's insane.
Yo, he was playing Manhunt. He needed that. He's like, yo, I'm so tired.
I
I
need the
need
edge.
I
something.
need the.
He was
Yeah,
he was fighting
but-
that piggy boss in Manhunt.
About the smoking thing, though, man. When I was 7, a kid in the neighborhood was smoking cigarettes, and he was like, "Yo, y'all should smoke with us." Blah blah blah. And some of the people I was with was smoking, and I was just like, "I'm not gonna smoke a cigarette. I'm 7. That feels too young for that." And then I didn't. And then I went home, and then my mom beat my ass because somebody told her that I was smoking cigarettes. I was like, I should have smoked that shit. Like, pissing me off.
Damn, who ratted you out like that? That's fucked up.
You know, the
the
hood has eyes, man. The hood has eyes, bro.
Some
And
other saw
everybody be
Pucho
telling
over there
everybody.
lighting that shit up. Nah, yeah, my dad got tight at me one time. It was during a hurricane. We was in a hospital. And some dude, down, I don't know, some older kid was smoking a cigarette. And my dad saw that. And I was over there talking to him because we were talking about games or whatever, right? Or my dad said, "Get over here." I'm like, "What?" He was like, "Fucking smoking that cigarette." I'm like, "Who's smoking cigarettes?" I could smell it. I'm like, "Yeah, he's smoking. I don't smoke." My dad smacked me in the back of the head. "I don't want to see you smoking that shit." I'm like, "Bro, I didn't even smoke it, bro. What's the fucking problem? I don't even like that shit." He instilled into me, like, if I ever touch it, I'm smacking the shit out of you. And I never touched it. I mean, I've tried it once when I was older, but I was like, yeah, this is never for me, bro. I don't get this whole coffee
What if
thing.
what if that door opened right now and Tony's dad came in and
Yeah.
said, "You did what?" And smacked him in the back of the head.
That'd be the end of the pod right there. I was lost signal. But nah, yeah, it's crazy. Like, people who need the coffee in the morning, people who need that cigarette. It's just like, bro, it's just, you have an infix, like an, I don't know what to even call it. Like, it's like you got something just taking control of you. Like, bro, I don't need coffee in the morning.
So the consensus is, if you don't like gamers, like, let that shit up be known immediately.
Yeah, facts. All the
It's a
haters out there.
deviation, but yeah.
No, a big DV.
Thing.
Big.
Tony
big,
will tell you he doesn't like cigarettes. You tell him you don't like video games, and y'all can just go your separate ways.
Yeah. Or we meet in the middle. You know.
You can sort this out before you even get done with that bread bowl at the Olive Garden.
I went to the Olive Garden today.
Yeah,
Today?
How's that?
Yeah, it was all right. Nah,
Olive Garden's all right, man. It's not
Olive
good,
Garden's
but it's
all right.
not bad.
it's not bad. You're gonna get what you're paying for, and it's gonna be okay.
Bro,
Not
but
to mention, you can pay an extra $10. You get a second meal. You get a meal for the next day.
yeah, you
Good
do.
value.
You know, it's a great value, that lunch, that soup and the unlimited soup and salad.
Mhm.
Psst. What? Hit that chicken gnocchi all day, every day?
I don't like that shit.
I can fuck with that one.
That shit's fantastic.
It's got like the cream sauce, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. You can even
The
dip a
cream
little
sauce
bread
is
with it.
fine. I just don't like balls of dough. This is a lot of chewiness. There's not a lot of flavor in that dough. It tastes like they just grab balls of dough and throw it into a soup, and until it cooks
Fantastic.
through. I think it's literally what's happening.
You could use a couple more shakes from like the pepper shaker or something.
Are you those type of people that be telling the waitress or the waiter, you can keep going with the cheese till that shit's fucking piled up?
My entire family is that. I definitely did that when I was younger. I don't know that I'm still like making them grate an entire block of cheese onto my salad.
Thinking they're
I
waiting
think
for
I
you
had
to
some
say
cheese,
no.
but I overheard the other table today. They were like, "What's the most amount of cheese you've ever had at a grate? You ever had a grate?" And the dude was like, 4 blocks.
Holy shit.
He was like, it was more cheese than salad. It's like, that sounds horrible.
4 blocks.
Did they?
His forearm
Man,
must
I've
have
got
been.
follow-up questions. I want to know, did they actually eat all of that? Was this just them pranking or like?
Yeah. I was curious, but I don't be asking those types of questions at people's jobs. The shit just feels weird. Like, I don't know. It just felt like they were treating this man. He's over here trying to pay his bills. And they're asking him like questions like, I don't know, like he's some type of exhibit or something. It felt something about that just feels
Performance
weird to me.
artist.
Have you ever asked like bartenders weird questions? Because I've asked bartenders weird questions, like, well, who's the last person you had to kick out of this bar and shit like that. You get drunk, you get a little curious.
Bro,
Yeah,
Chase would
I
answer
think-
all questions. Ask the
What's
questions.
What's the worst drink you have to make on occasion?
So like for me, that's something I would ask my bartender after getting to know them for a while. I remember though, me, Adam, and you guys got real familiar with the bartender there downtown, like Water Street.
I'm talking about
And,
Veronica.
Yeah, it was a good time.
It would
Yeah,
never
Veronica
forget.
Veronica with a W.
Yeah.
No, yeah, bro. If you got a fantastic waiter or waitress, bro, I ask questions. Like, y'all know me by now. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna ask the question. If it's on my head and I'm pondering, I'm like, should I ask? Should I not ask? That means I'm going to ask. I'll ask a bartender. So you got any shitty fucking people there? Like, just deal. It's like a icebreaker. It's all these conversation questions are icebreakers to, set the mood and make sure everybody's in a good thing. That's all it is.
It just feels a little forward. Like, it just seems like their job is to make sure you're happy and they're not perceived as rude. And when you're asking these questions, it feels like they're forced to answer in a way that will appease you. Because if they answer in a way that you don't like, you're going to be like, oh, that rude piece of shit ain't getting my tip. Something about that, the relationship just feels off. Like, imagine somebody was like, hey, have you been pissed off lately because you had to pay any bills? Or like just trying to peer into your life. Like, oh, how's your love life going, huh? It doesn't seem, it's just, it feels a little weird. Like, it's like, dude, you're prying into something that you got no business.
So
doing.
even if I ask them like, oh, busy day today, or just starting for you, that's too much already off rip.
I think that's like general manners.
Yeah. Just
How are you
questions.
How would you
doing
ask
today?
somebody,
I'm not taking-
busy day, huh?
You busy
No, not
today?
like that. Like,
I've
have you
asked
been
that
busy
before.
today?
You guys are
Tony's-
horrible.
Tony's
How's
the
that
guy popping into the
horrible?
bar. He's like, sure is a hot one outside, huh?
Right.
Whew,
No,
yeah,
get
heat.
the fuck
You're hitting
man.
the lines. Yeah, that busy day, huh? That's the same type of line that'll, didn't scan, must be free. It's like the same energy. Like, it's like,
Nah, it's
dude,
different.
you're coming in and saying the same shit that everybody says. It's like,
So when I ask
Find
something
the
different,
words.
now it's a problem though. Right? If I ask like, yo, you get any tonight? You're in a good mood today? Like, then that right there is like, whoa, hey, that's changing it up, right? Nah, now there's levels to changing it up.
wait. No, just be fucking normal.
That is a normal,
Like,
but like, oh,
You're getting any tonight?
no,
That's
saying
normal.
like, no, bitch. The first thing I said
It's
was
literally what you
saying,
just said.
yeah, it's a fucking joke. I'm saying like, yo, you guys been busy? Like, is it just starting? Like, especially if you're a first time at a bar, it's like, yo, how's, what's the drink? What do you prefer? Like, what's the good? Like, you ask normal questions. It's just talk, bro. And besides, if you're a bartender,
Those are normal questions. Asking about what's good at a bar that they're offering you drinks at, that seems pretty normal.
and then it's
Asking
just
what drinks do you like, things like that's having a conversation and building a rapport. But weird shit like, oh, you have any shitty customers today? It's like, oh yeah, you're here right now. You're the one. Like, you want them to say that?
I'm just gonna take out a stack of ones and be like, this is your tip. Moment I'm happy, I'll just untake. Remember that fucking shit we talked about a long time ago? Pucho
You
did
said
that
that
shit.
you've done that to somebody?
No, you said you've seen somebody done that. Or no, Doughboy. One of y'all motherfuckers. We talked about it a long
You, Tony.
I've never done that.
I read a Reddit story about it happening, but I've never seen it that has actually
I've
happened in
never done
person.
that.
And anything on Reddit, I take with a grain of salt. I don't know if it's true or not.
I think we talked about it like, so you'll lay out a stack of cash or something like that, and they would just take it off for everything that you just do wrong. That shit is beast. This man trying to say,
For
did
me,
that.
I treat it like a game. If I can get all the money off the table, lay a fart.
I don't know what he's talking about, but no, yeah, for sure. There's definitely ways to talk to people and just get the conversation going, but don't be like Pucho and fucking Mateo and just be like, oh, I don't want to look weird.
That's not what we say. You go up to the bartender, like, you look weird.
No, Tony would see somebody who has no fucking hair on their head and no eyebrows and be like, oh,
here we go.
Why don't you have any hair on your head, Chase?
Here we go.
Be
Chase.
like,
Hey,
dude,
Chase.
it's weird, man.
Did you know that you don't have any hair on your head?
What if that person responded like, "Damn, do I really?
Oh my
what?
God!
Did I walk out of
Run
the room without
They
it?
got to solve the mystery."
Fucking dicks. Anyways.
Basically, accept my video game playing, people.
Accept it.
We've come a long way.
For our next topic, we want to talk about what is Halloween and where did it come from?
Who invented it?